Pearl couscous is made from semolina flour, just like traditional couscous, but it's much larger and also toasted, making it more similar in texture to pasta, which is why my favorite way to make it is carbonara style. Let's begin by cooking 3 strips of bacon in a medium-sized skillet on low heat. You can also use pancetta or guanciale, which is the traditional cut used for carbonara. While the bacon renders, finely chop a third of a yellow onion. Next, crack 1 egg into a bowl and separate 2 egg yolks from the whites and toss those in as well. Then grate about a half cup of Pecorino Romano cheese. Toss the cheese into the eggs along with several grinds of black pepper or about 1 teaspoon. Mix that together and set aside. After you flip the bacon around a couple times and it's golden brown and crispy, remove it to a plate and reserve for later. Pour out some of the bacon fat, but leave at least a tablespoon and a half in the pan. And you can also stir in about 2 teaspoons of bacon fat into the egg mixture. Now with the pan on medium-low heat, toss in the onions along with a pinch of salt and begin sautéing them for a few minutes. While the onions cook, start heating up a small pot of water, which we'll use to make the couscous. After the onions have softened, pour in 3/4 cup of your pearl couscous and coat them in the oil and the onion before letting them toast for 1 to 2 minutes. Add a half teaspoon of salt to the water right before you begin pouring it into the couscous. It's important that the water is preheated so we don't cool down the pan and slow the cooking process. Add a few ladles of water at a time and we're going to cook it similar to risotto. Just control the heat so it stays at a slow simmer and stir it every once in a while. Once it absorbs most of the water, add in a couple more ladlefuls. Since the couscous is so small, it shouldn't take any longer than 8 to 9 minutes. But it's important that you start tasting it for doneness at around the 6-minute mark, because you want it to be al dente. You can also crumble up the bacon while the couscous is cooking. I ended up adding 3 stages of water with a couple ladlefuls each time. Once the couscous is cooked and there's a tiny bit of liquid still in the pan, take it off the heat and add in the egg mixture. Begin stirring quickly so you don't get any scrambled eggs, and you can toss it in the pan a few times so everything gets well incorporated. After all the couscous is coated evenly and it looks saucy, toss in about half of the bacon bits, reserving the rest to top each plate at the end. I like to place the pan back on low heat while stirring for about 30 more seconds to make sure all the egg is heated through and the sauce thickens slightly. Plate it up right away and finish with some of the reserved bacon, a little extra pepper, and finally a fresh grating of pecorino cheese. Please write any questions or thoughts in the comments and let me know if you plan on trying this one out. Thank you for watching.